Welcome back. Welcome back, our virtual friends, to a little show we like to call Roll with the Troll.
Indeed. Today, we are talking about, is Miyagi Do really defense only?
No, and the answer is no.
I think not.
We think not. Listen, the last two seasons especially, seasons 3 and 4 of Cobra Kai, have been especially leaning towards this whole emphasis that Miyagi Do has always been defense only. It has never been defense only.
Yeah, the kids have bought into it. Cobra Kai's bought into it. It's not true.
Chris says it a lot. You know, he likes to bring that up constantly, like this defense only crap. You can't keep that up forever. This is really something that they have slowly worked more and more into the whole plot of Cobra Kai that I don't think was so much, not a major issue in the films. It definitely came up in the films. Please, guys, don't hit me up in the comments with it's a couple of guys that always want to like try to prove me wrong and shit, you know?
Yeah.
And like what I'm saying is it wasn't, listen to my words, it wasn't heavily like interwoven into the first three films in a huge, huge way. I don't even know if it came up in the fourth film really. And it shouldn't have, because in the fourth film, anyway, that's another story. But in the first three, you know, Miyagi would say it's for defense only.
Right.
But then what did we do? We went and competed in a fucking in a karate tournament. That's not defense. Like karate tournaments, you don't just stand there and let them come to you. You're fighting back.
Yeah.
Daniel did that too.
Yep.
He did it in the first tournament, did it in the third one. I don't know that he used karate offensively against Chosen in the second film, though, did he? But in the first film, there was the blueberry pie scene, which got deleted.
Yeah.
But there is the blueberry pie scene where Daniel does attack. I mean, of course, he wasn't a Miyagi-Do student then either, to be fair. So he hadn't yet started with Mr. Miyagi. But Daniel certainly was offensive there.
Johnny with the hose, and I mean that was very offensive.
He was not a student yet there though either. Remember, because that was the night that what the fuck, Miyagi whipped their ass, and then so he was. So we shouldn't mention those ones yet.
Before they came up with their tournament.
But in the tournament, Daniel is clearly being offensive towards some of the other warriors, right? Yeah. He's not like, he doesn't just wait there every time for them to come to him. You know, he's attacking. And at what point does defense become offense? Like, if you're blocking, you're doing defense. But if you block and then do like a spinning roundhouse kick to the back of the head, knock somebody down, I'd call that offense.
Or a crane kick to the face.
Or a crane kick to the face is also allowed. So I thought in the movies this came up enough, but it wasn't a huge, huge thing. You know, like when Daniel punched that guy out, which I love in Karate Kid 3. Remember that with Terry Silver and everything? When Daniel did that, that was like this big changing moment for Daniel. He's like, I broke that guy's nose. Blah, 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 blah. Well, look at him now, because in season 4, Daniel fucked those guys up at the hockey rink. Remember that? Because they were talking about slamming Amanda in the ass.
Oh,
and
would you stop
Daniel
saying that?
Lost it. Daniel lost his cool. He didn't care then about what he did 30 years ago at that dance club.
No, but you know, to be fair, he was being a husband.
But again, it makes my point.
Yeah.
Daniel, we got to cut the shit about Miyagi-Do being defense only. Daniel wasn't defense only.
He goes on the offense a lot in Cobra Kai.
And even in the original films, at least, again, I'm saying, let's define what defense only is. To me, defense only means all you do is block, and that's it. And if you strike back at all, it's because like your life is in danger and you're trying to stop the opponent.
Right.
That would be defense only.
Yeah.
And
you're not
that's
instigating.
You would never enter a karate tournament. You wouldn't be trying to score points. You don't do anything like that if it's defense only. So I kind of think it was horse shit in the films. It's bigger horse shit now, especially now that Daniel, like, okay, so what about this? What about when he went ripping into in season 3? This is an interesting question.
Okay.
In the last episode of season 3, Daniel went ripping into the Cobra Kai dojo, and he attacked Kreese, but he was saving Johnny at the time. Now, did he only do that in defense of Johnny? Because I think I will maintain that Daniel was going to go in there and start some shit with Kreese any which way. I don't think Johnny being there made the difference. I think Daniel was going in there hot-headed, very Italian, and ready to fight Kreese.
I was just about to say, he's very hot-headed.
I thought you were going to say he was Italian.
No.
Okay.
He's very hot-headed, was and is. And, you know, he can't help himself sometimes. He's an instigator as much as he is defensive.
Let's do this, too.
Yeah.
okay, think back to all the times when Daniel or Mr. Miyagi have like when they break like when Miyagi broke that beer bottle, the beer bottles
Yes.
plural that were
Yeah.
on that car.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't attack a person, but he broke the guy's beers and shit, the empty bottles and all that shit. Isn't that like, I mean, it's certainly not defense, so you can't say it's just you're doing something physical.
That might be the closest Mr. Miyagi ever came to going on the offense.
Okay, but it wasn't defense and it was karate. So wouldn't that be off? I mean, if it's not defense, it's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's probably as close as he ever came. I mean,
I'd say it probably was offense.
you're saying it was outright offense.
For them, I mean, basically, yeah. I don't know what else to call it. It's a physical demonstration again to these guys of what he'll do to them if they don't fucking get his shit off his car. Yeah. That's what he was saying. So, there's so many fine lines here over why do they keep saying defense only? The defense only thing is about as loose as the rules in the tournament.
Yeah,
which seem to vary all the time.
Yes.
Even in Karate Kid Part 3, remember when Daniel was, and during the tournament, when Daniel's on the ground, and then Snake comes up and he goes, "What's the matter, Danny boy? Something about the family jewels." Remember that?
Yeah.
and Daniel, even then, like he's in the middle of a tournament, and he still felt the need to do something physical to Snake. He destabilized him. Remember that? He pulled his hand. He like pulled his hand out because Snake was like on the ground and on the mat, and Daniel pulled his hand so Snake would fall down. Just little things like that they're not defense. You're deliberately getting physical. And so I don't think that this whole defense only thing works. And they should have abandoned it, I feel. Like by seasons 3 and 4, they should have started to work that out and just kind of leave that in the past. Instead, I feel like seasons 3 and 4 especially, it came up constantly. It became a major theme of the show. And remember, we saw Sam at the beginning of season 3. We saw Sam really starting some shit, and in season 4,
for sure.
Like Sam's starting all kinds of things. She's Miyagi Do's number one. She's like a co-sensei at this point.
Yeah,
and she doesn't give a fuck about this defense only shit. In fact, there's a deleted scene where she actually says, "Enough of this defense only horse shit, Dad. It's fucking." She's so done. She's just so done with it. So, what do you say? I'm not wrong, right? Defense only is not what Miyagi Do is all about.
No, it's more of a catchphrase.
Speaking of catchphrases, which one I really like is don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
if you're enjoying this video. That's one of my favorite catchphrases because this channel needs help in the algorithm. Yeah. Let's face it. YT is not being particularly good to us these days. So please, if you're enjoying this video and you want to be part of our little journey going forward, we've got a bazillion more Cobra Kai videos coming just this week alone. Yep. And tons of other shit. And with Cobra Kai Season 5 less than 4 months away, we've got a lot to say and do. So come be part of the journey with us. Subscribe if you have not already. Like the video, please. Click the bells. We'll have plenty more to say. Voice of Reason, do you have any other thoughts for the audience?
I do not.
Oh, one more thing we should point out, too.
Okay.
Remember when Robby used to train with Miyagi Do? Do you remember that? That was a long time ago. Yeah. Season 2. Robby had no problem, like, setting up, orchestrating fights. He never waited for someone to really attack him so much. Remember those guys at the beach, those guys he used to steal shit with, those criminals?
Yes.
He just turned over and he's like, "Let's do it." He set up his video camera. Let's do it. That was Robby's thing. And he was Miyagi Do's number one student. So I think no matter how far you want to look at this and evaluate everybody, there is really no one in Miyagi Do, maybe not so much Miyagi himself, but everybody else started lots of fights. Hey, I bet Shimpo Sensei used to kick people's fucking ass left and right all the time back then in China. That's my own. So? Oh, I'm sure. You could tell. Of course. First of all, his name was Shimpo. You don't think people were saying shit to him? Pissing him off, making him want to knock him out a little bit? Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all we got for today. We got tons more stuff coming up. We'll see you tomorrow for another great video. Thanks so much.
Bye.